Over this last little while, there's been various sort of kerfuffles, dramas, ups and downs, and just encourage everybody to turn attention. It's really ordinary, it's really normal. But it's also from a perspective of practice. It is something to be, say, investigated rather than to be believed in and to be understood, rather than running with it or being dragged along behind it. And one of the ways to do that is to, and of course this is something to really as a foundation of practice and a foundation of living one's life, one's life of practice, is to really learn how to pay attention to silence, to stillness. Really drawing close to silence and stillness, befriending silence and stillness. Because when we look at that, allow things to, allow that silence and stillness to be present or obvious, start looking carefully and recognizes that, in reality we're not being threatened. We're not really missing anything in terms of, there's no real lack. There's all sorts of perceived lacks. There's all sorts of perceived threats or perceived problems or difficulties, but those are arising out of thought, out of the thoughts of the mind, the moods of the mind, and they pick us up and carry us or drag us along behind them, and then we wonder why we suffer. We wonder why the world is the way it is, but it's really these, and it's not just to sort of dismiss it or to try to crush it or annihilate it, but it's like to get the perspective. So that one isn't totally believing in it, but that way to get perspective is learning how to return to stillness, return to silence, and become comfortable with it, become friendly with it, allow that stillness to really be present. And it's not blotting anything out. It's not it's not annihilating anything. The silence is there, the stillness is there. So we miss it. We look past it, we forget about it, we ignore it, and try to keep busy, try to keep, engaging in all the various conversations of the mind, engage with all the various moods of the mind, and that is it's deadly for one's well-being and one's peace and one's clarity. And we all have to take responsibility for that. It's like if we're waiting for the world to be perfect before we can be happy and peaceful, or wait for the community we live in to be perfect before we're happy and peaceful, then, as how Ajahn Chah says, it's like looking for a turtle with a mustache. You ain't gonna find it. So that really recognizing that, the foundation and the fundamentals of this practice that we have the opportunity to cultivate is it's really precious. But you have to turn your attention in the right direction, turn your attention in the right way.